and you could earn 3% on your savings while retired. Since you're retired, you're going to take lower risk. You're going to switch from stocks to bonds. What is $X? Your monthly savings every month. Sounds very complicated, and this is a serious retirement planning problem. I mean, we do a little bit different versions of it. I'm not doing this in this class, but I do it in my Finance 301. We put growth into those payments. As you grow older, you get higher salary, so you could save more. And during your retirement days, you start with $5,000, but as you get older, your expenses increase, even without inflation. So you can have a growth of the retirement salary as well. Algebraically speaking, it's a similar problem, or topologically speaking, they're equivalent. Topology is a nice little piece of mathematics. It works with rough shapes. For example, in topology, a square is equivalent to a sphere. Not sphere, circle. Because I can take a square without breaking it or cutting it, I can turn it into a circle. Same thing with triangle. Or a sphere is equivalent to a cube and something like that. So general problem is this. So how do I solve it? So again, remember, we know three things. We know how to calculate present value of an annuity with a balloon payment. We know how to calculate future value of an annuity with a starting value. And we also have that little calculator thingy, okay? Now here's what we're gonna do. This sort of stuff is called in mathematics dynamic programming. To solve it, you go to the end and you come back, okay? Now, I know what's gonna happen at the end. I'm gonna leave 3,065 years from now, or 25 years after 40 years. So first, I'm gonna transport myself to age 60, okay? You can time travel into future. It is even under relativity, you can do it. Just go very close to the speed of light. You can travel to the future. I'll use a lot of physics analogy in this class. You're at 60, at that point, you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna have some balance. Out of that balance is gonna be invested, but every month you're gonna draw down $5,000 for 25 years until you have $3 million left 25 years from now. That sounds like I need to figure out the present value of an annuity that pays $5,000 every month with a balloon payment of $3 million. That's how much money I need when I'm 60. That calculation is easy because all I have to do is get this thing into red mode, because in the red mode it just calculates the left-hand side value. The target doesn't matter. Interest rate is 3%, because during those 25 years I make 3%. 25 years monthly, 5,000, 3 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, immediately I know that's how much money I need when I'm 60 years old, assuming I'm 20 now, okay? Okay, I'm gonna copy that one. Okay. Now, I know what I need at the end, okay? I know what I'm starting with, 25,000. I know I'm gonna earn 8%, and I'm gonna do this for 40 years monthly. The only thing I don't know is the periodic payments. Now, this is a future value problem, but I know the future value. So I'm gonna convert this to future, okay? I copied that one. I'm gonna right click and paste the value. That's my target. Okay. Wait a minute, that number changed. Let me go back. Yeah, I need to do this before I change those. Copy, target the value, paste the value. Pasting the value means the formulas do not change, you only paste value then. Now I go back to future mode. That number doesn't mean anything now. That's my target. That's how much money I need to end up with 40 years from now. Well, for that, what am I gonna do? How much money my uncle left behind? 25. So that's my starting. Well, I'm gonna solve for periodic payment, okay? Number of years is 40, and my interest rate is 8. Why did it change? What's going on here? Oh, I know why. Idiot. What did I not do? I didn't put it into solver mode. That red light needs to be green for the goal seek to work. Done. Even describing how I did it took less time than actually writing the problem. If I didn't have to describe it, it would have taken me, depending upon dexterity on my fingers, less than 3 seconds. If you're a little bit slow, with some rheumatoid arthritis, maybe 10 seconds. That's about it. You could even speak some commands if you set it up right. That's the power of this, okay? Is there anything space age here? No. We use the power of mathematical reasoning. We reduce the complicated problem into 2 things we know how to do and use this tool. Now this is a 45 that is fired upon an elephant, okay? The previous one we did, it's, we just killed a little squirrel. It did a job, but, it was much easier. Now you can do similar thing on any problem of this sort. I'm not gonna do it today, but there's a problem that a lot of my students have issues. Sometimes I ask a problem about income statement. I tell you the sales, the cost, and a lot of stuff. I tell you what the net income is, or I give you numbers that allow you to determine what net income is. But you don't know what the depreciation expense is. Figure that out. It's not complicated, but it requires some algebra. Well, here all you have to know is, if I know all of those, how to calculate net income. If you know that, you're home. You just pick your depreciation as your unknown, done. You can apply the same logic to anything. There is even a complicated expression here. You would never have that in real life. I know my payments, given all the other stuff, how frequently do I need to pay to be able to pay that amount? Algebraically, that thing is very complicated. It is solvable, but very complicated. Here, all I have to do is change the frequency of payments as my unknown, done. That's it. Why? It's mathematics. Every problem is reduced to things you know how to do. I know how to do this. Again, the things that I know how to do are here. Left-hand side formula. That left-hand side formula does present value and future value for me anyway. All I have to do is let Excel know that what I'm going to do, future or present. And let Excel know what I don't know, what I want to be. Done. You can use exactly the same logic on anything, as long as there is only one thing that is unknown. In upper level classes, we can have multiple unknowns. that's a separate problem, and numerically that's a different thing. I mean, I can't simply use goal seek on it. I need to use solver. But that's fine, it's doable. That's it. Alright? Next week in the first half, we're gonna do, I'm gonna actually show you some neat little things. For example, how to make this little green lights. I'll just give you a taste. Let's take this cell. I want to have that cell to be green light, yellow light, or red if it's 1, 0, or -1. Under the Home tab, there's something called conditional formatting. Icon sets. Pick the light set you want. Right now it's like that. You just have to edit it. Edit rule. So make these numbers. If it's greater than or equal to 0.5, make it green light. Otherwise, if it's greater than or equal to -0.5, make it yellow. Otherwise, red. And I'm going to say show the icon only. Okay. I haven't put that cell into the list of double clickable stuff, which I'm going to show you later on. But so if I put a 0, yellow light, -2, red light, or you can do it those bars. When I taught stats, I actually used it for p-values, depending upon what that p-value is. If it's very small, you get 5 bars. Relatively high, no bars. It's low, but not too low, 2 bars, 3 bars. That's a very quick way of communicating information. That's why I love this sort of stuff. Anyway, we'll talk more about those next Monday.